got a cool pattern stamp, you can create a cool border. You just need scissors. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I'm gonna take a really fun pattern stamp from Gina Designs and just cut it into a border. I always forget that you can get scissors and use them. You know what I mean? Like, just because you don't have a die that's gonna cut something out, grab some scissors, cut around a pattern, and you have something cool and completely original for your next card project. So stick around, that card project is coming up next. Today I'm going to use a new stamp set from Gina Designs, and this was designed by Zielske. Part of my inspiration today has been watching Gina when she combines these two colors, and this is Wild Wisteria and Turquoise Sea. And every time I see her use this, I make mental notes and think to myself, Cathy, you need to do it. So we're going to create just a basic emboss resist first with this pattern, which is going to serve as the little grounding for whatever greeting I decide to use. So let's get started with some stamping. I'm going to place this stamp just a little bit offset because I am going to be trimming this, and I just really want to get, that looks pretty good. I'm just using Neenah Solar White Classic Crest because I am out of Gina's heavy base weight white. Now I just kind of run my hands over this. It's a new stamp. I've never used this before. And we're going to grab anti-static powder, and we will go ahead and, oh, don't do that. Try not to handle. Okay. We're just going to powder this up just to remove static and oil. Like that. All right. I'm going to be using my Versamark pad. And we'll just ink this up really well. And I might do this twice, so I want to make sure I'm pushed into the corner. I will bring down the Misty Door, grab my little tool here, my Debbie tool, which is like Gina's Chucky tool, right? It's just a furniture knob on a nice piece of wood. Help me go through and transfer. It's really nice if you have wrist issues or arthritis or anything like that. It just helps to transfer that image. Now, let's pick it up. I'm going to reposition my paper. Again, throw down my magnet. I just want to get one more impression. Like that. Right. Bring it down and press. Okay. Now, what I need to do is get ready for some embossing. So let me grab my little paper catch that I like to pour powder on. All right, we're going to lift this up. I will clean my stamp later. And you can't see this at all, but you gotta trust me, it's there. And what I'll do, I'm just gonna grab this little friend here, and I'm gonna sprinkle on Gina Designs Fine Detail White Powder. Like this. And just cover that pattern. Okay. And let it slide off. There you can see the pattern. All right, I'm going to funnel this back in. I'll just wipe the excess powder away. I'm just going to bring in my little, sometimes when I have a bigger piece, it's easier for me to see if I put it on my little silicone mat. All right, now you can't see anything, but I just want to make sure that I melted every bit of the powder. And I think everything except one area. Hold on here. There we go. All right. And all you have to do is just sort of, tip it in the light, look for any area that does not shine, and now we're ready to ink blend. So we're going to start out with the Turquoise C, and I have my Gina K Designs blender brushes, and I always just take my paper towel, just go over them. It also helps to just kind of soften the brushes if they've been sitting for a while, okay? And I am going to load up my brush with the Turquoise C. It's a pretty dark color, right? But I feel like I'm going to try to channel my inner Gina here and come off like this, bring it in nice and soft. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at how pretty that is. Wow. Okay, coming in from this way, because I'm just going to make a little, not really a V, but kind of a V. Okay, like that. That's very pretty. I might not have gotten the greatest impression in there, but we're going to move on to the Wild Wisteria. Okay. Pick up the Wild Wisteria. There it is. It's beautiful. And now just come in. Oh, it's a little warpy there. Like this. And then definitely overlap, right? To get that beautiful transitional deeper tone. Oh, I love that. All right. Like that. Okay. I'm going to turn that. Look how pretty that is. These blues and purples, I'm telling you, I just think they're so gorgeous. Okay, we're going to come in here, a little heavier handed there. That. And it doesn't even matter that I didn't get a perfect stamped impression, because it just creates such a tonal sort of texture, right? And then we're going to come here, might tap a little off, and then come in like this. A little darker out here so that I can be softer. There we go. Look how pretty that is. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now again, I'm not going to be using the whole thing, right? We're gonna be cutting. Now I'm just going to bring a little bit more of the Turquoise C back in, just a little, right? Not too dark. Just to kind of bump it up over here a bit. Like that. Oh, I love that. Look at how pretty that is. And of course, Gina's inks have a smoothing agent, so everything is going to smooth out as it dries. So the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to take some scissors, and I am actually going to fussy cut around this edge to almost make it look like I have a die that works with it. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then we'll proceed. So look at how fun this is, not even being perfectly cut, by just following that edge. So now what I'm going to do is cut a panel here, and I'm going to take a partial cut, right? So I want it to be split as close as I can in, wait, which one is the smaller one? I want to make sure. Yes, okay, this is Master Layouts 1, and I'm going to tape this into place like that. Well, actually, let me turn it this way so I can really see what I'm doing. I want to split that and split those. So this is what I'm going to be cutting out to get that nice cut. We'll put this on my Gemini plate here that I cut into. I'm going to put it at a bit of an angle, right, so that it doesn't go through in a big bump. Put this plate on top, and let's go to the die cut machine. Right, put you back. Love my little rotating table. And now I have a panel all ready for my card. So this is one piece. Now I have to figure out a few other pieces, and I'm going to keep this die handy, but I need to stamp my greeting, which is what I'm going to do next. I've got a piece of Neenah Solar White Classic Crest in the 80 pound, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my hello, and I'm going to be fussy cutting this out, and I just had the idea to do it, actually I'm going to do it this way, in silver powder, like silver embossing powder. I think this could be really pretty. So I'm just going to kind of rub my hand over the stamp to condition it, prime it, and let's make sure we're in the corner here. Anti-static powder in that corner. There we go. Again, take my Versamark pad. Oop. I'm kind of a butterfingers today. Ink. Bring this down and press. That transfer. I think I'm going to stamp it one more time. Even if the paper moves, just reposition it. It's the Ink Pad Olympics. All right, and press. Okay, again, I'm going to grab my little paper catch, and I tend to use the same one until it gets mucky. So sometimes if I'm changing powder colors, I will take my Swiffer and just, you know, just get all of the white that I just used off. It's just a little, you know, little pro tip for you. Now, let's take this, lift. Well, that's a nice coating. I can see it from here. And we're going to add our silver powder. And what I have in silver today is the Simon Says Stamp Ultra Fine Silver. I'll sprinkle this on. Like that. And let that sit for a second. Oh, that looks really good. What a good coating. Okay. Great. All right, I am going to funnel this back in. And again, you can kind of see sometimes there's a little static left. So again, I'll just, if I see powder on my little catch sheet, I'll just wipe it away. I think I have a tiny bit there that's not supposed to be there. So I'm going to take my little tiny brush here. Love this little friend because it's so thin. And I'm just going to come in here and get that little bit. Actually, I'm going to just undo that real quick so it's flat. Like that. Okay, that looks good. Ready for heat embossing. So let's clip this on and I will melt the powder. That looks tremendous. Look at that. That beautiful, shiny, shiny goodness. All right. Once this cools, again, I am going to fussy cut this greeting for my card. I'll do that off camera, and then we will start putting the card together. Look at how cute that is. And that's just fussy cutting. I mean, here's the thing. And I burnished it too hard, and I think I rubbed a little of the, oh, it's going to be fine. But I think that looks so good, right? Fussy cutting, you know, you give it a try. Let me come up with a sub greeting because I want to use one of these little little friends, maybe even hello friend, hello birthday boy, just saying hello. I'm not sure yet. Let me get a card base ready. Went ahead and created my US A2 note card. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is top folding. Here's what I did. I put some foam tape on the back so that this piece right here is going to fit right in here with that nice little edge. Then we're going to take our hello, right? And we're going to nestle it kind of in the center, but I also want it to be hanging off here. And then I think if I'm just going to keep this really simple, I could just stamp friend right onto the note card. And that is not hard to do if you've got the Misty tool, right? I think I can do this without messing anything up. So, but what I have to figure out is how do I get this and this to be the right dimension? I am going to put foam tape on that piece. I'm just gonna grab this Ulta New. I have a really big roll of it, so I feel like this is kind of fun to have a huge roll, right? And we'll just kind of get that positioned. And I may actually cut some smaller pieces too, just to just make sure it's supporting all the pieces that need to be supported. You can cut it into little small friends like that. Okay. Same thing top and bottom. We'll just take a little here. Nothing I love more than a little foam square surgery. Oh, come back here, little friend. And we're gonna pop you there and there. And I think, yeah, that's just about enough. And that way, when I pop this on, it's going to support the hello. So the question is, what if I stamped the friend first? Because then if I messed up, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm doing the right thing here. Okay, we are going to put this here, put our note card in. We're gonna hold it down. And I think I'm just gonna stamp it in black ink. I don't think I wanna do anything super fancy. So let me grab some Gina K black ink. I'm just gonna use my little cube, but here's what we're gonna do. Let's just get friend here. And again, you know, you can even loosely tape things into place if that helps. I mean, I think as I'm looking at this, right, I think that is the positioning that I want, okay? So we'll go hello, and we're just gonna put friend right there. That looks straight to me. Let me pull it down a little so I can look over the top. I think we are very close. So let's grab a ruler real quick, hang that over here. I don't want to get my head in the way, but I think that's pretty. All right, picking you up, and picking you up. And actually, you can always just look on your Misty. You know, that is mostly straight. See how it lines up on the, I think that's good enough. Or you can always come back over to your Misty, throw a piece of cardstock underneath it, and then you can adjust it like that. So that now, let's see, is that better? That's better. Okay, let's stamp this down. And again, I'm gonna just hold this in place, my note card with my magnet. Gonna rub my hand over here a little. Again, brand new stamp. I have my black onyx ink cube, which is perfect for a little friend like this. And we'll just bring it down and press. I'm not even going to use my stamp press because I don't want to squish it too hard. Oh my gosh, that stamped perfectly. I don't even need to do that again. Wow, I love this ink. Really, really nice black dye ink. If you're looking for one, the Onyx Black is very nice. And look how straight that is. Okay, now we can build the card. So we're gonna take the foam tape off the back. Now, I don't always do this with my bigger panels, but because this is kind of specific in where it has to go, I'm just going to put a little Gina K Connect glue on the back of the strips just for a little bit of wiggle room, right? I like to do that. And we're going to go like this. And then all we're going to do is kind of figure out where that margin is. And we're going to pop that down. So now I love how this edge is just sort of organic. It casts a little shadow, and yet it's supported all the way. Now, I don't know why I'm using my jewels and not my tools. Let's get the backers off here. So this is a fun thing to keep in mind. You know, just if you have a pattern that you love, you can cut around the edge of the pattern to create something kind of interesting from that pattern, right? Initially, I thought I was just going to do a whole, like a strip, but then I thought, oh, how fun would it be to just cut it? It's not that hard, right? It's a pretty basic pattern to follow. Now, liquid glue here, but I'm going to show you something. I am going to take a little bit of tape runner because I want these pieces to kind of really cling to the panel. Okay, let's line this up. Get my tweezers here so I can see what I'm doing. And again, I want to split that little area. Oh, come on. Hold on, Cathy. You can do this. She's in the final stage. Is she going to make it? Is she going to stick the landing? Survey says, I believe the answer is yes. Oh, look at that. Oh, and I love how it's just flush on here, but then comes out like that. Now, of course, we do have to add a little shine to this project. To finish this card, I pulled some of my Gina K Designs Dazzling Diamonds, and I wish I could use my pickup stick, but I stepped on it when it was open, and I broke the wax tip because it fell off my table, and I didn't know where it was, and so, oh, Gina, hope you get him back in stock soon. I'm still adjusting to working in this space, so it's a little more cramped. All right, let's add these beautiful gems and a little glue and boop. I'm just working inside the little pattern, boop, which is a little more precise, I guess, and less random, but that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's fun to be. Oh, get in there. Boop. It's kind of nice to be a little more linear sometimes. But we do vary the sizes all the way down, right? There's always one big one. Boop, boop. 2 mediums and 2 smalls for a nice odd number. And boop, like that. And that is my finished card project. And isn't that fun? So it's just a fun way to take a very interesting repeating pattern, take a crop of it, right? Because the original piece is just one big rectangle, but you can do all kinds of things with repeating patterns. And I actually think this is really fun. Again, a big hello friend. It's basically a very clean and simple design, but I love how simple this is and just these nice little dimensional elements, textural elements, and of course that gorgeous blend of color. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video below in the YouTube description box. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'd love to have you become a subscriber to my channel. To see a few more fun cards featuring products from Gina K Designs, check out the thumbnails I have linked for you below, and I will see you in those videos.